Hi everyone, this is Steve Focacci. You're about to watch a vintage racer group race from Watkins Glen. We're driving Audi GTO 90s. This race is going to be brought to you by the Office Service Company. Please go to officeservicecompany.com for all your office needs. So in a few minutes I'll get the stream started. We're just logging in right now. And we're going to start a 30-minute practice. Then we're going to have a 15-minute qualifying session, followed by two sprint races. Typically, they're about 12 laps or 25 minutes, whichever comes first. Yep. So when the stream starts, we'll get that going for you, and then just sit tight while we stroll through practice. Thanks for joining us. This is Steve Ficacci with the Vintage Racer Group. This is a race from Watkins Glen, Audi GTO 90s. We got about 15 minutes left of practice. Then we're going to have a 15-minute qualifier and two 25-minute sprint races. I believe we're going to have Ian Ditsit in the booth in a little bit. He's going to talk about his experience at Sebring. He drove a few laps in a TCR car, so we have some video of that, and he's going to tell us how it went. We'll do that probably during qualifying, and yeah, at the moment we're just going to watch some qualifying, and as I said, we got about 15 minutes left before the qualifying starts. We will see you in a bit. Hey, once again, this is Steve Focacci with the Vintage Racer Group. You're going to watch our final race of our Audi GTO 90 season. This race will be at Watkins, where are we? Laguna Seca. I just brought up real quick the points just to take a look. And Stefan Vappa has a very large lead. He cannot be caught, but right now we have a pretty close battle behind him. Michael Kelly's got a little bit of a gap over 3, but 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th are all within about 10 points. So we have Stefan Vappa on top, followed by Michael Kelly, and then we have 3rd place, the 3rd podium spot, up for grabs. And that's going to be between Dave Curtis, Jim Karamanis, Darren Treacle, Bob Lang, John Clerk, and Carlos Bonds. So that'll be something to watch tonight. Stefan Vappa is our points leader and our race win leader. He's got 4. Number 2, we have Darren Treacle at 2 race wins, and then Michael Kelly and Dave Curtis both have a race win. Let's see. So you have 3 minutes before qualifying starts. Might have some guests in the booth. Let's see if anybody's ready to join. Uh-oh, we had a little freeze there. I wonder what that's all about. Let's see, there's a little button here that'll reset. Let's try to reload. I think it's just the overlays, well. Let's see here. Let's pop back out. Pop back in. Alright, looks like my preview's not working even though you guys are working on the stream, so I think we're okay. Darren, you got me?
Hey man, I got you.
Alright brother, you're live in the booth.
Live in the booth. Yeah, what?
I believe we're okay. I got the stream going. It looks on my end it's black. I don't know why, but I just popped open YouTube, and it looks like it's rolling. So if anybody's got an issue at home, just let me know in the comments, and we'll try to troubleshoot it. But I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah, I can't help you there.
So what happened? 700 horsepower is too much for you, brother?
700 horsepower, man. That's a lot. A lot. All-wheel drive. Drives like a front-wheel drive car sometimes and a rear-wheel drive car other times.
Yeah, it can be a bit unpredictable. And I just mentioned that you're in a tight hunt for 3rd place, that last podium spot. There's about 5 of you who can grab the 3rd spot right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's so we have Dave Curtis, Jim Karamanis, yourself, Bob Lang, John Clerk, and Carlos Bonds are all separated by 15 points right now. So that 3rd spot's pretty much up for grabs.
Well, guess I might have to step it up, I guess, then tonight, huh? I have to change up my driving gear a little bit. I have to switch socks because I'm wearing a hole-in-one sock, so.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Oh, so you are driving. I thought you were just going to focus on me here, but no, you're
well, I'm in the car now. I didn't see you in the Discord, so
okay.
I just put myself in the pub and was driving until
All right, that's cool.
yeah, yeah.
Let's see.
Um,
You know, I'm a little nervous that the stream's not working right. Oh, yep, somebody just said black screen. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go to a second shot, and then I'm going to come back. Let's see here. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be going. Yeah, I'm gonna put the slideshow up. I'm gonna pop out of iRacing, and I'm gonna come back, and hopefully,
all right,
hopefully we got some. Hopefully we'll get something.
I'll be right here.
Oh no, we're still gonna be live. We just
Oh,
trying to reboot
oh.
iRacing. That is a
I got
a
you.
weird issue. I don't know what's happening. It's one of those things. Everything goes smoothly when you test it. Live, everything goes a little funky. Yep, shouldn't be much more than a minute or two.
I don't know what it's like in California around this time, but apparently it's pretty warm and toasty out here at Laguna Seca with a track temp of 117 degrees.
Yeah, it's about as hot as you want to see. Okay, booting in. So what's your goal for tonight? Front row?
Uh, yeah, front row, and then try to kind of stalk Stefan as usual. Maybe he'll make a mistake. Who knows?
Right.
You never know with these races because if I remember correctly, they're inverted.
Yeah, the
So,
second one definitely poses some obstacles for you guys. Rarely do you both do both or all the front runners anyway get through clean.
right. Yeah, it usually makes for a little bit of excitement.
All right, Stefan's offering to jump into the lobby as well. We'll grab him after he gets a couple qualified laps in. Actually, rather than look at a blank screen, I'm gonna grab Ian Ditson in here. We're gonna throw a video up of his Sebring practice. Let's see here.
Oh, in the Audi.
Yeah, in the Audi TCR he drove.
Yeah, the Audi RS3 TCR car.
All right, yep, let's grab him. Ian, you're in the booth with Steve and Darren. You hear us?
Yeah, how you doing?
Very good. So we invited you here because you had a cool experience 2 weeks ago. You got to drive. First of all, you got to drive at Sebring, which is cool enough in itself, and you got to drive a TCR car. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what a TCR car is?
Yeah, so it's a front-wheel drive, internationally recognized platform that people race in professionally. And I got to test that 2 weeks ago at Sebring, which was a really cool experience.
So the viewers at home should be seeing your inboard of your fast lap, which was pretty close to the track record. If I remember, we were about 2.5 seconds off, which sounds fast as hell to me.
Yeah, it was a 2:17, and it's really, like, track temp was around 110 degrees and maybe. So not exactly optimal conditions.
Yeah.
But still tried to make it work.
I guess you adjusted to it pretty fast?
The car?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really easy to drive, which surprised me actually.
Do you think because it's a front-wheel drive, or just because it's like a lightweight car with slicks, or I mean, what do you attribute that to?
I think it was a good mix of both. I mean, I did have 2 spins in one session early that morning actually, but the car was really loose and surprising how much it rotates and similar it can be to a rear wheel in that sense. I mean, obviously it's pulling from the front, but the way that you drive it is not too different when you trail in a bit later and you get back on the gas. Everything's just a little bit later.
Yeah. I mean, we could see in your video, I guess, what's it, corner 2 to 5, it gets a little hairy, and you chase the back end around a little bit, which I've never driven a performance front-wheel drive car, and I'm sure not too many people have, but I was a little surprised to see that.
Yeah, it was, like I said, a lot looser than I was expecting initially. And the setup that was there for that session was really phenomenal.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, it runs hard. It's really fun. Really get the chance to.
Was this your first time at Sebring?
So this was my second Sebring. First.
Yeah.
The first time at Sebring was with Lucas Race School.
Okay.
Running those on the club track or the short course that the Indy cars test on. So.
Okay. So you only got half of it, maybe a third of it.
Yeah. So from turn 5 to what is that? Power turn, basically.
Yeah.
Is all that track was.
So a lot of straightaway.
Yeah, but it let you on the hairpin, the other sections of that, so you kind of got really thin. But it also had me very familiar with what to expect in that section of the track, which is the predominant,
Yeah.
most of the track there. The only thing I didn't really know going into that weekend was turn 1 and turn 17 was
Yeah.
the big tricky corners through there. They're very fast.
And very bumpy, right?
Yeah, really bumpy too. And then let's see what else happened. You gotta give me a sec to think.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, it was only not even 2 weeks ago, about 10 days ago, right?
Yeah. Just trying to replay some of that. But yeah, very fast track, very in the video you can see it just tip over 143. So that's the fastest I've ever been in a car.
So what's the future hold for you with TCR cars? Is there more opportunities for you, or was this a one-off?
I think my dad and I working on something in
Okay.
the future, maybe, but it's still to be determined.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's a great experience that you got, and even if it is the end, but like I said, not many people get to drive a car like this.
Yeah.
We get to get to dream and watch your YouTube videos.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you do get the chance to, I would suggest taking that because it's a class.
Okay, cool. Yep, so we're finishing up your second lap. I'm going to jump back over to the race, which I think I saw was working. Hang on. I hope it's working. And it's working. Awesome. So you probably can't see, but we have Stefan Bappa, Darren Treacle, and Jeff Underwood at the top. Well, anyway, thanks for joining us. Sorry you can't make it tonight on the track.
Yeah, my iRacing is just cooperating with updates tonight. I keep getting an error.
And I did warn everyone that there were updates that need to be done.
Yeah, I was dealing with an Untitled.
Yeah. I actually have an issue lately where whenever I turn it on, I get it says initialization error, and I have to hit it a couple times, but it eventually goes.
Yeah, mine's just going straight to error.
Oh, okay.
Done with it, so I'll have to sort that out. But hope everyone enjoyed the lap, and hope you guys enjoy the racing clips tonight.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for telling us about that. And I think you missed a bunch of races this season, so you're not really in the points. But we have a new season coming. Forgot what they're called. Lotus 79s, the old Formula One cars.
Yep.
Is that something you're looking forward to?
Yeah, a lot more than I'm pretty done with this car. I mean, to put it politely.
Yeah. It's not a bad car, but I think, like anything, you do it for a season, and it's time for a change, right?
Yeah, it's a very hard car to drive.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard car to drive, but very exhausting to drive, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah. I actually am very surprised with how well everyone has adapted to it. I feel like we've made the biggest gains in I guess, on-track performance from almost everybody since we switched to this car, and after about halfway through the season, the excitement has really ramped up.
Yeah, it's from what I've seen, the racing is really still struggling on our starts sometimes with the flip format.
Yep.
So the racing, like you said, has been very good these past weeks.
Well, anyway, so you gonna hang out or are you going?
I can hang out. I just got a talk to you, so.
Okay. As I say, if you get it working, let me know. I'll throw a stream up. We have Darren in the booth. I think he's muted right now. He's on track as well, so he's multitasking.
I just registered for it, so we might.
Yeah, you have about 3 minutes. So if you're gonna be able to jump on track, definitely do that.
Well, you know what I told you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're starting from last.
Yeah.
So
Well, hopefully you start from last twice. You drive through it, the first time, get to the front, and start in the back again.
Yeah, what's that supposed to mean? You want me to start last, Steve, huh?
Well, if you get to the front, we do invert, so that'll put you back in the back.
All right, cool.
All right, brother. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
So that was Ian Ditson talking to us about his Sebring experience, which sounds like really cool. Like I said, not many people get to drive a real race car, especially at Sebring, an iconic track. Hey, Darren, you still there or you muted?
I'm here.
What'd you think about that? Jealous a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
He gets the youth. He gets to still be young and do cool stuff.
Yep. Because it would cost me a lot of money to drive one of those cars.
Yeah, I think that's the case for most of us. You're sitting in second, so you got a front row start we talked about, and a few minutes left. Probably gonna hang. I mean, doesn't look like anybody's really turning anything too fast to challenge you. So you're gonna get that front row start after all.
Yeah, I just finished my last lap. Couldn't put a good one together. Or a better one, but that's all right. Better than I had expected.
Yeah, a 23.9. I mean, only two of you right now are in the 23s. Only one of the drivers in the 24s. So I mean, the bulk of the field is in the 25 and 26s, which has been as our mid pack, which has been super exciting lately. But yeah, it looks like you're gonna have something for Stefan if qualifying is any indication.
Yeah, my optimal was a 23.6.
Okay, so you got most of it at a 23.9.
Yeah, I got close to it.
I think Michael Kelly just jumped up into the 24s.
Yeah, it's this is an interesting track for this car because it's a low grip track anyway.
Yeah. So it looks like Stefan just stopped. I'm gonna drag him in the booth with us, and he can tell us. Hell, maybe you guys will trash talk a little bit. I don't know. I'm not sure what to expect.
You never know.
Hey, Stefan, this is Steve. Got me?
Gotcha, Steve.
You're in the booth with me and Darren. Darren's going to do in-race live reporting the whole way here, so we're going to see how that goes. First time for everything. You're on pole, as usual. There's about a few seconds left, 45 seconds left. You have quite a gap on everybody, so I'm not expecting that to change. But how you finding the track tonight?
Track is slippery.
Yeah, that's what Darren was saying.
It is really slippery. I don't know whether people are dragging dirt onto the track all over the place or what, but it did not get any better throughout the practice session into the qualifying session. In fact, starting qualifying, I was like, what happened to the track?
Yeah, so not being in the session, I don't have the information, but I do know that it's very hot. And when we did the practice, it was the track usage was very high, and that makes it worse too. So
Yeah, it's awful. It says 112 degrees.
yeah, okay, so it's cooled down a little bit from the start. I guess last race of the season, we discussed points a little bit earlier. You've got quite a gap on everyone. I'm not expecting. Well, it's impossible for you to lose right at this point. So what's your goal for tonight? 2 wins?
Always.
Okay.
But mostly I'm out here to have fun tonight.
Yeah.
So,
I think you've got company on the front row. Darren's just a tenth or two behind you in qualifying pace. I guess you can't give away too much with Darren here, as in terms of what you're going to do into turn one, huh?
you know, it's try not to slide too wide. That's always the goal.
And I'm going to try to push him wide.
Yeah, that's always the goal too.
Yeah. You know, that turn one's definitely tricky, especially on the first lap, the dual apex, and it narrows up real quick on the exit. So, hopefully, you guys both make it through, and as at least I'll have one of you in the booth. We won't have too much yelling.
Yeah. Well, good luck, and I will talk to you later.
Do you are you open to being dragged in during the race, or do you want me to wait until the race is over?
Let's see how the race goes.
Okay. I tell you, let's say 5 seconds plus, I can get you.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay. Good luck, Stefan.
Thanks. Good luck there.
Good luck.
Oh, I kicked him out. He sounded like he needed to concentrate. All right. So gridding up. Good looking field. Let's see. Ian Ditson did make it into the session, so he's in the back there. If anybody at home has any questions or wants to follow anybody, just let me know. We'll do our best to help you, like I said, follow somebody for a little bit. Lately, the race has been so exciting. I mean, we were at Landmark Park, and the camera never stopped moving. We just had racing everywhere. I'm going to bring up the starting grid. Grid. All right. So, why is it not at the front? Hang on. I think my grid's broke. Huh. Ain't that some? Well, sorry about that. I'm having a little issue with the grid. Oh, there we go. So on pole, we have Stefan Vappa. Starting outside of front row, we have Darren Treacle. Second row, Jeff Underwood and Michael Kelly. Behind them, we have Bob Lang and Dave Curtis. Row 4, we have Jim Karamanis and Wiley Cox. Row 5, John Clerk and Jim Graziano. Row 6, Ralph Padgington and Kurt Uzbey. And then we have in the last row, Mac McCormick and Ian Ditson, who did not set a qualifying time. Everybody navigating the corkscrew, which can be tough on a pace lap with all the cars jammed up like this. So Darren, I never had anybody racing in the booth with me, so you let me know if you need to go.
Okay.
If you need a minute to yourself or whatever, that's cool.
I'll just mute you if I need to.
All right, sounds good. Pace cars in. And we're green. Looks like Stefan's got a jump. Darren pulls to the inside. About 3 wide in the back. Hope they're fanning out into turn 1. Oop. I think I heard a little contact. Stefan goes wide on the exit at turn 2, that is. Believe it or not, the kink down the front stretch is turn 1. Looks like first 2/10 is single filed already. I think I saw Kurt Uzbey off track in the back, driving slowly off the racing line. Ian Ditson's already made up 7 spots. Or 10. Some guys are taking the off-road line through the corkscrew. I think that was Michael Kelly sideways. Now, Michael Kelly has a gap to third place in the points, so it's very unlikely that he can lose second place, but it is possible. So right now we have Ian Ditson up 10 spots and Kurt Uzbey up 7 spots. Big movers on lap 1. Oh, I heard some skidding down the front stretch.
A lot of push, a lot of push.
Yeah, I'm going to believe that with that track temp. Gonna have to manage them. I think if you push too hard early on and lose those front tires, you're going to be sorry later.
Oh yeah.
So do you have a spot that you feel more comfortable?
What do you mean?
Like a spot on the track that you like? Maybe a spot that you think you can get Steph in? Or, you know, you're fat, or you're hard to tell so far?
It's hard to tell at this point. I don't know if Stefan's still taking it easy or...
Yeah, I'm just curious in a second here. We're going to get your first... Oh boy, Darren!
And I just spun.
And that was it.
That's the...
You got commentator Curse. Yeah, you're around. We got Bob Lang around. Guys are coming trying to exit the turn. Oh. Yeah, you don't have a front. You're going to need to go into pits.
Oh, yeah. So that's the all-wheel drive becoming a rear-wheel drive car all of a sudden. That would have probably been one of those moments where I would have been good to quiet the mic so I could...
Yeah. Well...
Yeah, you know, a few choice things. That's all right.
No, as this season's last race, and I think most of the spots are kind of settled, it's something to learn. Now we know for next time.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Right now we're following, who's this? Jim Graziano, John Clerk, Jeff Underwood. Closest battle on the track. About 3 cars within a second. Looks like John's got some damage on the back. Oh, they're going to go side by side in the corkscrew. John Clerk backs out wisely. Oh boy, who was that? Who's the black car? Jeff Underwood. Goes off on the sweeper after the corkscrew. Don't believe he hit anything.
I think we got a good battle here. Looks like John Clerk just went off. Dave Curtis is... Or is that Mike Kelly chasing down John Clerk?
Mike Kelly, yeah. Mike Kelly drives the camel car.
Yeah.
Are you going to sit in the pits, or are you coming back out?
I jumped out of the car.
Okay.
You know, there's really no point at this.
Well, you never know what's going to happen, and you have an opportunity to possibly get that 10th spot.
Yeah.
Not that important to you?
Not that important to me.
All right. Well, I'll do a screen share for you. Although that's what froze it up before.
I'm just watching my from my screen. Yeah, I'll just pop around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me know if you see anything. Yeah, I'm a little hesitant to screen share, as that's what froze the stream before.
Yeah, we got a heck of a battle with Jim Graziano, John Clerk.
Yeah, actually, I think I'm going to jump in Dave Curtis's car, as he's the car behind.
Mike Kelly, Dave Curtis, and Bob Lang's coming up on Dave.
And I mean, these are all our players for that 3rd spot.
Oh, okay.
They actually... go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, as we were exiting the final corner, I was going to say, they opened up the track limits a little bit. You can now use that green AstroTurf on the outside. Yeah. You used to have to be able to stay on the curb.
I have to watch my replay. That might have been what happened to me. I got on the AstroTurf and gave it a little too much juice. And around
Oh,
she
Michael
went.
Kelly goes to the inside. He's a little off road a little bit. Brings it back in. Yeah, if this battle settles down a little bit, we can jump back and take a look at what happened to you. We'll do that live. Everybody at home can watch.
Yeah, this is a heck of a battle right here.
Ian Ditson is up 12 spots. He is in second place. He doesn't quite have Stefan's pace. Stefan just turned a 23.5, which is our fastest lap of the session so far, and Ian has found his way into the mid-24s. So those are the two fastest cars on the track, and they're already up front. It'll sure be exciting to see them start in the back next race. Oh, Michael Kelly goes on the inside. Looks like John Clerk's going to try to get back around him. But Ian had no trouble getting through the field from last. I don't know if 10's going to be much of an issue for him.
It's like Mike Kelly's going to
Yeah, we're going to jump up into his car now. Oh, Mike.
pass down.
Yeah, he did. Oh, he parks it on the apex. I wonder if he missed a gear.
John Clerk hit Jim Graziano.
Oh, and he's wrecking. We're going to have to jump out and see what happened there.
Wow. And Bob Lang, what is going on?
Let's see. We're bringing up the replay. So John Clerk. Oh, we went to the inside of. Oh, which car is that? I get confused with the blue and the yellow one. The not Stefan Vappa blue and yellow one.
Oh, Jim Graziano.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. Michael Kelly sure slowed down in the middle of the corner there, and Jim Graziano kind of had nowhere to go, and then John Clerk went in there, and it just kind of bunched them all up. Well, Michael Kelly's solidly in fourth now.
I
Go ahead.
got a heck of a battle here. Actually, Bob Lang just passed Jim Graziano, and
Yep.
Jeff Underwood is in tow.
Yeah, so that's the battle we just jumped along with as we approach the corkscrew. Looks like Jeff Underwood has a little bit of pace on these guys. Oh, that's going to give him a slow down, no doubt. Yeah, he's gonna have to wait a little bit before he can get back to attack. Yeah, let's see here. Looks like that's a big gap. Looks like Stefan has a 14-second lead on the field.
Yeah, Wiley Cox looks like he's in a lonely third position, if I'm seeing this correctly.
Yeah, sure is. And I think he just kind of managed to drive cleanly those first few laps, and it rewarded him. Missing a few guys tonight. No John Wood, no Ian Wisman. They've kind of been regulars in this series since we've started it. Maybe they're practicing that Lotus 79 already.
It could be. Lotus 7 to 9. The time I drove it was okay. You
Yeah.
know, it was good. It was manageable, and it did have a lot of power, but it was a fairly easy. It seemed like a fairly easy car to drive.
Yeah.
You know.
So that's one I do not have any experience with, so I'm looking forward to it. New experience, new challenge.
It makes all the right sounds.
Yeah. So Jeff Underwood got by Jim Graziano, and now he sets his sights on Bob Lang. He has a bit. What's he have? About a 1.5-second pace advantage, so it probably won't take him long. Although he's made quite a few, I don't want to say, but we happen to be following him when he made at least 2 larger mistakes. So he may need to just back it down a little bit and drive a little more consistent.
Stefan's in a lonely first place position.
Yeah.
That's a place he's
Used
used
to.
to.
Yeah, we're gonna. Oh, Jeff Underwood. I think he's gonna be able to make a move here, heading into the corkscrew. Let's say if he gets his pass done, we'll see if we can drag Stefan in the booth as he's out front. Maybe distract him a little bit, make a mistake, and liven up this race.
Yeah. I was trying to make it lively. I did right up until I spun the
Yeah.
car. Hey, Mac looks like he's sitting in 10th position, chasing down Kurt Uzbek.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's going to be our front row for next race if it stays that way. Looks like a pretty large gap front and back of those cars, so I don't expect too much to change.
Jim Karamanis, we haven't talked much about him. He's sitting in 8th.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how many. Oh crap! I do this all the time. I'm not live. I'm still in the replay. Sorry, everyone. So we're on lap 9 of 12. We're riding along with John Clark. Let's jump in. You were saying Jim Karamanis. See how he's doing. 8th place. A little bit of damage in the front.
He's it's like he's by himself.
Yeah, Kurt Uzbek a few seconds behind him. Or is that on the same lap?
I'm not sure I can tell on my end.
Oh. You know what? Maybe that's not Kurt Uzbek.
Oh, that's John Clerk that's directly
Oh, okay.
behind
So that's a lap off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my telemetry is saying he's got 19 seconds in front, 15 seconds to the rear. Let's see. Yeah, not too many close battles right now. Everything kind of strung out. And jump over to Ian Ditson in second place. You know what? Let's see. I kind of want to show his start. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's how to do that. Yeah, we're going to do that. Everybody's all spread out. Yep. Here, I'm going to jump to the green flag. We're in Ian Ditson's car. I'm going to get in his roll bar. He's going to pass cars quickly. So once again, this is a replay of the start. Riding alongside Ian Ditson, who started last. Oh, he gets one car. Looks like they missed a shift. They're all bunched up in turn 1. Oh, he's got a few more cars entering turn 2. Oh, he's going to go around the outside of turn 3. Yeah, he's not out of control. He's just taking what's in front of him.
Yeah, I think, be patient and
Yeah.
just take what's given to you. Yeah.
Yeah, he sure did. Clearly has done some laps in this car. Even though he missed practice and qualifying, it's not his first time around, you can tell.
And he doesn't like the car, clearly.
Oh, there he gets a few more in the kink. All right, let's jump back live. Enough of that. We are on lap 11 of 12. I'm gonna grab Stefan in the booth, see if he's wanting to talk to us. Stefan, it's Steve and Darren. How you doing?
Oh, well, can't complain.
Yeah, we've got some pretty big intervals all over the track, and you've got a very large one, so I thought it was safe to grab you. Not too much excitement on your end, huh?
No, not really. It was pretty tight there at the beginning, and saw Darren got a little loose coming out of the last corner, and that took all the pressure off.
Yeah, behind Darren there was a bit of a, I don't want to say a mess, but everybody had some contact here and there and made some mistakes. I have a feeling it's that track temp kind of biting everybody, and it's not a very easy track anyway. The dirt's right off. It's just so close. The surface isn't very wide.
Yeah, it's it's one of those natural terrain courses, and it's extremely technical for a course that's so kind of so big. It's really drives like a tight race course.
So you're going to be starting 10th. and you're going to have Ian Ditson next to you. I don't know if you realize, but he started last, and he's in second, and he did that in about 3 laps. He got through shockingly quick.
Yeah, that, you know, I'm generally pretty conservative trying to come through on reverse grid races.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm going to change that now, but I'll try and follow him.
So he missed practice, he missed qualifying, so his lap times initially weren't very fast, but I noticed he's already turning in the 23s. So you can have a fight on your hands.
Looking forward to it.
So congratulations. You want to sit in the booth for a little bit, or?
Sure, why not?
All right, so we're just going to follow these guys across the line. We have Ian Ditson in second. We have Mac McCormick crossing the finish line. I believe he's 1 lap down. We have Wiley Cox and Michael Kelly battling into the final corner. Michael Kelly's close, but Wiley Cox is going to hang on for the 3rd spot. Now we have Jeff Underwood, Bob Lang, Jim Graziano. Yeah, a bit of a mix-up. Quite a few lap cars.
Yeah, looking at the lap times here, I see Ian did get down into the 23s, so that's flying.
Jim Karamanis, he's going to come across the line in 8th. He'll start in row 2 in the next race. And then, I'm not really sure what happened to Kurt there. Kurt just disappeared off the track. Oh, maybe we missed him. Huh, we timed out? Never seen that happen before. All right, so I'm going to bring up the grid for race 2. So row 1, we're going to have Mac McCormick, Kurt Uzbey. Row 2, we have Jim Karamanis, Jim Graziano. Row 3, Bob Lang, Jeff Underwood. Row 4, Michael Kelly and Wiley Cox. Let's see. Row 5, race winner Stefan Vappa and Ian Ditson. Then we have Ralph Padgington and Dave Curtis. And in the final row, we're going to have John Clerk and Darren Treacle. Kind of a feeling Darren's going to be looking to pull an Ian Ditson.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
So what's your mindset right now? Are you going to try to pick your way through, or are you going to try to do this all in one shot?
I'll just pick my way through. I mean, we'll see how the start goes, how quickly, they take off on the green, and then kind of go from there.
So what I saw from Ian's car was, initially, I think there was somebody who missed a shift, so you got to be worried about that. And then right about here, which is called turn 1, it just got real congested real quick. Some guys backed out, some didn't. Ian didn't. Made some room up, made some spots up there.
Yeah, my assumption is I'm thinking a lot of these guys will maybe break a little early.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong.
So we've had I don't know, several good races in a row. It was that last session was a bit ugly. Hoping we'll clean it up for this one. Kurt Uzbey seems to be pretty familiar at starting up front now. He's gotten quite a few of these reverse grid poles.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Mac has been on the pole before.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I haven't seen his car up front like that. Uh-oh. I think we had a little bumping. Looks like Jim might have gotten to the back of Kurt Uzbey. Or no, who'd he hit? Maybe Mac.
Come on, Presidente.
Yeah, you don't want to rear end somebody in this car because
Oh,
you'll
Jim.
kill the car.
I think.
That's the other Jim.
Did we get that straightened out? Is everybody okay back there?
Who knows?
Yeah.
We shall proceed.
Well, I'm just hoping we don't got any black flags.
Oh, goodness.
Somebody's going backwards. I don't
Yep,
even know
that's-
what's.
Uh-oh, pace guards in,
Jim
guys.
Graziano? How did
All
that
right,
happen?
I'm going to assume that we can go ahead and start.
Yeah, well, they're on the front stretch and they're starting. Green, green, green. And Jim Karamatis jumps to the lead. What the hell? Slides back in turn one, and Kurt Uzbey takes the lead, followed by Bob Lang and Michael Kelly. Ian Ditson's already up 4 spots into 5th. 4th. I'm not showing any black flags or anything, so I guess that start was okay, even though might have been a little unorthodox. Oh, we got Wreckett in the back. Looks like Jim Karamatis maybe got turned going under the bridge. Kurt Uzbey is going to lead us into the corkscrew. We've got 4 cars separated by a second. I see Stefan Vappa's car in 5th. Darren Treacle's already up to 8th. Oh, Kurt loses 2 spots going to the final corner.
Oh, sorry.
Well, that's
Mac.
not good. He was offering money to be able to lead a lap.
He almost did it. Does the first one count? I might have led the first one.
Well, I just took out Mac.
What'd you do that for?
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
He is a nice guy. I feel bad about that.
He's also lead of the driver conduct committee.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have a talking to with that Darren Treacle guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a pinball.
Been called a lot of things, but pinball is probably one of the nicest.
Oh, and Ian Ditson goes to the lead. Michael Kelly's trying to hang on. Oh, Michael Kelly and Bob Lang are going side by side through the kink. Let's see how this works out. Oh, Bob Lang backs out. Let's see. I'm going to jump back and see what happened to Jim Karamatis. Looks like he may have gotten spun. Oh, he's side by side. Oh, with Jeff Underwood. Yeah, maybe just came together. It's hard to tell from that angle. And let's see. We're gonna go back and see Darren Treacle's issue with Mac. Oh, joined it too late. Not really sure what happened there. You know, let's back it up. Looks like 2 cars tried to occupy the same apex. Oh, Darren locked up a little bit.
Yeah, I locked up.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Oh, we have Michael Kelly going wide. It's going to allow Bob Lang to catch back up. Stefan Vappa in 4th. Not such a bad spot to be in, Stefan.
No, not right now.
Let's say you're a few minutes in. You're only a few seconds out of the lead, and based on last race, you have a pace advantage on most of these guys. Curious to see where Ian winds up, pace-wise. We're going to jump on board Darren here as he goes through the corkscrew. Oh, a little wild.
I'm sending it.
Yeah, I can tell. All right, so right now we have some close racing for 3rd. You have Stefan Vappa right behind Bob Lang. Bob Lang's only about a second off of 2nd place, Michael Kelly. There we go. Stefan's into the podium position. Oh, we got a lapped car. Looks like Mac is letting some cars by. I think Stefan's trying to figure out where the headlight button is on this car. Yeah, that probably hurt a little bit.
Headlight blanks and no horns.
I want a train one.
So last lap we have Stefan Vappa, 24 flat, Ian Ditson, 24.4. And those are our fastest cars right now. Looks like maybe Dave Curtis was the next fastest car at a 25.4. Jump along with Ian a little bit as he's got a 2.5 lead over Michael Kelly. Michael Kelly actually chipped away at the lead a little bit last lap, about 0.2.
Come on, Mike, go get him.
If you're just joining us, this is race 2, Vintage Racer Group League race, our final race of season 7. I guess this is still like our COVID Cup? Is that, we call it that? These races are brought to you by the Office Service Co. Please visit officeservicecompany.com for all your office needs. Haven't seen the Office Service Co. president in a while. I think he's abandoned us.
Understand business is booming.
That's a good thing.
It's all for the sponsorship.
Oh, Ian Ditson takes a little bit of the exit of the corkscrew. I think he's going to have to slow down a little bit. Let's see, we have some big gaps. I'm going to go through the field. So Ian Ditson, we've been following a little bit in the lead. We have Michael Kelly in the second spot. He's passed 5 cars so far, and Stefan Vappa. So all of our front 3 cars have all passed quite a few cars to get where they are. 4th place, we have Bob Lang. He's up 1 spot from the start. Then we have Dave Curtis, 5th spot. He's passed 7 cars. 6th place, we have Darren Treacle, taking an unusual line in turn 2. Could be that.
Or likes an unusual line at times.
Let's see, car's a bit damaged. How's it handling, Darren?
Well, it handles like it normally does. Crappy.
Okay.
Damaged or not damaged.
Yeah, you got the right side of your car's a bit banged up. A little bit in the front. We're going to jump back. Then we got John Clerk in the 7th spot. 8th place, we have Jeff Underwood, followed by Jim Graziano. Pole sitter Kurt Uzbey is currently in 10th. Jim Karamanis in 11th. Looks like he's gotten a fresh car. His teammate Ralph Padgington's right behind him. We have Mac McCormick at 13th. And then last we have Wiley Cox. Back up at the front, looks like Michael Kelly's gotten a little closer to Ian Ditson. Interval's closer to a second. Last time by, our fastest lap was by Michael Kelly at 1:23.9. Ian Ditson at a 1:24.5, so picked up about a half a second that last lap. Stefan's as usual, 1:24 flat. We have about, we're on lap 7 of 12, so just past the halfway point. We're going to follow these cars a bit. They're the closest battle on track. Oh, Ian Ditson puts it off in the corkscrew. Let's jump back and see what he did there. Goes a little bit wide on the second part. Oh, just a little too much power too early. Looks a little, oop. Yeah, just a little bit of wall. Lost some time. He's in third. Jump back live. So Ian is 5 seconds out of second place. Stefan Vappa stealing the fastest lap of the race that last time by. And he's all over the back of Michael Kelly. Maybe a defensive line there by Michael Kelly, I'm not really sure. Oh, slow car. Slow car just in front of the leaders. I'm not sure if that's Jim Karamanis or Ralph Padgington, it's hard to tell. Oh, Michael Kelly goes a little wide in the final corner. Stefan's to the inside. Looks like Stefan's going to win the drag race down the straightaway. Michael Kelly's coming back in for a draft. Michael Kelly sticking his nose to the inside, can't get it done. And that's it, new leader. Oh, Michael Kelly picks up a little bit of curb there. It's not going to help his case. All right, we have a battle in the back of the pack here. Or a mid-pack, I should say. John Clerk and Jeff Underwood. Although I have a feeling we just missed a pass for the position. Let's see, let's get a replay of that. Jeff Underwood is chasing down John Clerk at the turn 2. Taking quite a bit different lines. Oh, John Clerk just goes a bit wide. That's it. Just made it easy for Jeff. We're going to jump into Dave Curtis's car. He has Darren Treacle hunting him down. This is going to be for the 4th spot. You know what, we're going to go on Dave Curtis's gearbox, see what it looks like. From this view, it looks like Darren's not going to be afraid to push him out of the way. Oh, goes to the inside. Keeps it tight down low. Dave Curtis can't put up much of a fight for that. Ian Ditson has caught Michael Kelly. Less than a second now. Here we can do that same gearbox shot. That's fun. Last time by, Stefan turned the fast lap of the race, so 1:23.73. Oh boy. And Michael Kelly makes a bit of a mistake on the corkscrew. That's Ian Ditson by. You ever watch that from Ian's point of view? Yep, just carried a little too much speed, made it easy for him. And just like that, Ian Ditson's back in second place. Ian Ditson turns a 1:23.8 last lap, but Stefan picked it up to a 1:23.4, just making it a little bit hard for these guys to chase him down. How about that, Stefan? You want to make this a race? Slow down a little bit?
They would hate it if I gave that kind of chance to them.
Not at all. Back it up, please.
Back it up, brother.
I dare you.
Nobody wants to be given a shot like that.
It's the last race of the season. Absolutely.
We get Ian sitting there in the interview putting racing in air quotes a whole bunch of times.
And here we are following along with Stefan Vappa as he begins the final lap. Oh, can't even see a car behind him. He's got so much of a lead. Oh, hang on. Darren Treacle's making something happen here. Trying to get that final podium spot. Tries the outside into turn 2. Oh, Michael Kelly goes wide. Darren sticks it in. He tries to do that oversteer with the throttle again. Oh, Michael Kelly. He's got a relationship with that curb in turn 3, I think that is. Got a tight battle for that 3rd spot right now. Michael Kelly's looking for a hole. Darren goes defensive in the final corner, goes a little bit wide. Michael Kelly had nowhere to go. And that's it.
I didn't go defensive on my own accord. The car kind of took me there.
So our top 3 was Stefan Vappa, Ian Ditson, and Darren Treacle. Darren Treacle, mover of the race, 11 spots up.
Nice.
And we're going to follow Bob Lang across the line for 8th spot. Jim Graziano, 9th. I feel like Jim's going to be happy when we're moving cars.
He's not the only one.
10th place, Kurt Oozbay. Looks like he's pushing people out of his way, judging by the front of his car. Jim Karamanis can bring in 11th spot. And that's it.
I've made my way back to my paddock and my motorhome, and I'm going to jump off here real quick. I got to go change the laundry, the new race suits in the wash machine. So I got to put everything in the dryer, and then I'll jump right back on the mic.
All right, brother. Well, we're going to take a quick
All right.
break, and then we're going to do some driver interviews.
Okay.
Going to go through the order right now, but we'll see you in a bit.
Right.
All right. So, that's our
I'm gonna go
qualifying
grab a
results.
glass or something. I'll be back too.
All right. Where are our results? That's our qualifying results. Those aren't the ones we want. Official results. You know what? Maybe I can't get them. Well, I tried. Results. Yeah, it's qualifying. Oh, hang on. Let's try feature. There we go. So, race 1 and race 2 had a same top of the podium with Stefan Vappa, Ian Ditson. 3rd spot of this race was Darren Treacle, followed by Michael Kelly. 5th place was Dave Curtis. 6th we have Jeff Underwood and John Clerk. Then we had Bob Lang and Jim Graziano. Kurt Uzbay and Jim Karamanis, Ralph Padgington, Malcolm McCormick, and in last place we had Wiley Cox. So just give me a minute. We're going to grab some of these guys and do some interviews. All right, Ian Ditson, you're in the booth. I've got, we're going to be grabbing everybody as they come in, but right now we got about 5 or 6 guys. We're going to start with Ian Ditson. You passed a lot of cars today.
Yeah, so funny story. That second race, headphones died at about 5, and around lap 7 or 8, I spun the car. So I went around the track 1 or 2 laps without any sound, so that was challenging until I ripped my headphones out of the computer and just let it play through the speakers.
Yeah, well, you were doing real good till you had the incident in the corkscrew.
Yeah, that was when I didn't have sound.
Okay, yeah, I can believe that. It's hard to drive without sound, especially a car like this where you've got to be able to manage the brakes and not locked up too much.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was tough, but you really turned some really fast laps there. I imagine those were when your headphones were working.
Well, I think my fastest lap was actually out of the speakers.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of...
Yeah, your best lap was a 1:23.8.
Yep, I'm checking that now too.
You had a gap to Stefan and Michael Kelly at one point, and I was like, I don't think anybody's gonna be able to catch it. You know, you were turning lap times into 23s, and I was like, that's pretty much it. Race over, and you made a small mistake.
Yep, and then the headphones, decided to...
Well, what's gonna happen?
Forgets to charge them. But yeah, I mean, really fun coming from the back.
Yeah. And in the first race, we actually watched a little bit. During the race, I jumped back. Everybody got spread out, so we watched your start. Because you started in 14th, and it wasn't long. You were in, 5th place, lap 2 maybe, and then second place by about lap 3.
Yeah, I think I hit Bob Lang going through the final. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I don't think we caught that one.
Okay, cool. That wasn't on camera. That's the important part.
Well, anyway.
So sorry, Bob.
I think good 2 races. Did you put a lot of practice in? Because we didn't actually get to see what your pace was like before the race, so it was a little surprising to see how fast you were going when you finally settled in.
So the only practice I had with this car was at on last Thursday.
Okay.
With these guys. So yeah, that I did a Darren.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, usually I got a good feel where everybody is based on practice and qualifying, which you skipped. Yeah. So, and then, the first few laps, there's cars in the way. You don't really know where everybody is. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, hey, look, Ian's going really, really fast.
Yeah, it was chaotic, but it was really fun to come up through all that.
All right. Well, congratulations. 2 good finishes. Could have been a little better, but have to get some corded headphones, I guess, next time.
Yeah, they are corded, but they have a battery. I don't give it either, but, is what it is. Move on, and on the next season, it's not like I was in the points or anything.
Yeah, so you're looking forward to the next car?
Yeah, I'm extremely excited for something a little bit lighter and, around the same pace, but a little bit lighter. And
I don't think anybody disliked the Audi. Well, maybe Darren did. Yeah. Disliked the Audi. I think we've had a season. We have it for a while, so I think people might be just ready for something new. I'm so pleased with how far everybody's come. I mean, the racing was great at the end of the season, but yeah, it's time for a change, ain't it?
Yep, it was exciting while it lasted, but it's time to move on to something new.
Yep. Well, congratulations on your 2 second place finishes.
Thank you.
We're going to move on to Bob Lang. Bob, not the finishes I think you were hoping for. You were kind of hanging top 3 or 4 in that second race for quite a bit. I think I'm not really sure how you got towards the front. It looks like there was a little bit of issues, not issues, but there was some contact in front of you, and you capitalized, and then kind of went backwards as those inverted fields guys kind of caught you.
Yeah. Actually, I lost concentration a little bit, but I was hanging with Stefan and those guys for a little while, and then I totally lost concentration, and I couldn't get it back. It took me like 2 laps to get it back. So that was that.
Were you battling the track temperature a little bit? Stefan and Darren were saying it was just really hot and really greasy today. Kind of gave them some issues.
They know more than I do. I just turned the wheel and stabbed the gas.
Yeah. Well, it was, like I said, it was working really well for a long time. Like, you were right in those front four. It looked like for most of the race. And then you just kind of, like I said, fell off at the end.
Yeah, just like I said, I made one mistake, and then I compounded. I made a couple mistakes right after that, and so I let whoever came in 7th just pass me because I was being stupid.
Yeah. And I think I heard Ian say that he actually got a piece of you in that second race as well.
He hit me in the first race when I think I was in 3rd place.
Okay.
Knocked me off, and then I'm not sure about. I usually give room, so I'm not sure what happened there.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. You slowed down a little bit more than I was expecting, and I locked up the front a little bit, and it just kept sliding.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yep. So sorry about that.
Well, what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah, so I'm not really sure. You were in a battle for, and I mentioned this earlier on the broadcast, that the 3rd to 8th place in the points was really tight. I don't have live points. I could probably bring up iRacing in a minute and see exactly where everybody finished, but I think Michael Kelly's probably going to stay in second because he had a bit of a gap and he had 2 decent finishes. Dave Curtis was the one in 3rd. He was followed by Jim Karamanis, who didn't have 2 great races. Darren Treacle had a good race and a bad race, so he'll probably stay about the same. And then it was you, John Clerk, and Carlos Bonds. Carlos Bonds didn't join us, so that kind of takes him out of it. So it's really between, you and John, I think.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see. Anyway, good season, and you looking forward to next season with the new car? Or?
I'm hoping. I have to figure out a way to make enough time, though. I have so many projects I'm supposed to be working on.
Well, it's only, an hour and a half once a week. It's not the end of the world.
So I wrecked my engine at Lime Rock, and so I had to do an engine replacement the last couple of days, and I got to figure out how to get that going. Plus, I have like 3 customer cars that I have to finish up, so
Gotcha.
I'm pretty busy. But I look forward to driving. I like that Lotus 7N. It's kind of fun to drive.
Well, we started the series when everybody was home board because of COVID, and now everybody's back to racing. So it's kind of expected that we're gonna lose guys here and there with issues like you got, which is racing in the reels. I guess is better than racing in the computer, right?
As long as you can afford it.
Well, anyway, good season, and we're gonna move on to Jim Karamanis. Jim, track didn't agree with you today, I think.
I had really good starts to both races.
Yep.
The first race, I made a little bit of a mistake and I got punted off. In the second race, I guess Kurt didn't want me to lead the first lap, so that was the end of that. But I'm looking at the final standings here. It looks like Bob Lang and I tied for 5th place in the final.
Oh, okay.
The final standings include the
Great
drop.
job, Jim.
Yeah, that includes the drops. So Stefan first with 424, Mike Kelly second with 320, Dave Curtis third with 295, Jared Treacle fourth with 291, Bob Lang and I both at 267, John Clerk seventh with 256, Carlos Bonson eighth, Kurt Usbay ninth, and Ralph Badgington in 10th.
Okay. So we had a few changes. You, like I said, I did see your super start on the second race. Went to the inside along the front row there. The end of the move didn't finish off like you hoped.
No, I cleanly got by, but these cars when the tires are cold, they're tough, and Kurt doesn't intentionally hit anybody. No, none of us do, and we're all guilty of it. I had
later on in the race, I made a mistake and I hit Jeff Underwood. And fortunately, I didn't take him out, but I pretty much took myself out for the rest of the race, and that's probably why Darren got more points than me. So I got what I deserved.
Yeah. It's funny. I've done quite a few races at this track, and this is one of the hairier first turns, even though it's turn 2. And it's like a double apex. It's kind of long and wide. Like, you would think there's plenty of room for cars there. Like, I don't know why we would be worried about this one, but it just seems to cause issues.
I think it's the
interesting.
downhill braking zone.
Yeah, it's downhill, and then you have to sort of go out wide, and it invites people to come inside and make a move. And these cars are so wide and so slippery on cold tires, it just doesn't work out.
Yeah. Well, I think, we had a successful season. I always say how great all the racing was, and, our mid-pack is that much stronger. I was really a little shocked just because I know this car is difficult to drive. But everybody really did great this season. Hopefully the trend continues.
Yeah, it seemed like we were a little bit spread apart tonight, but I think that just shows how difficult Laguna Seca is. But yeah, the mid-pack racing has been just terrific all season. Tons of fun. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it wasn't as exciting as Lime Rock. At Lime Rock, I couldn't find a spot just to sit and watch us. There were things all over the track, but we did still have good racing tonight. I think the track temperature may have attributed to it a little bit, but all in all, it was a good race.
Yeah, it was a very, very slippery track. And if I may, I'll say a few words about next season.
Yeah, sure.
So next season we're going to do an American Grand Prix
Matthew,
season.
hold off, please.
We'll be racing in the Lotus 79, and so there's no real Grand Prix series to follow for Formula One in the United States. But what we've done is basically every track where there's been a Formula One race in the United States, we're going to hit them. So it should be a really fun season, and I'm going to step back in the booth and give Mr. Ficacci here a turn to race for a season.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm excited about that or not. I've never driven this car. I think I may have driven it like in a test drive once, but I'm not sure what to expect.
Steve,
So it'll be
let's
fun
be
to
honest.
watch.
Let's be honest with ourselves. We all know you're going to be fast.
I hope so. Not going to say I don't want to.
Not bad.
I am looking forward to the first race. I saw that's at Detroit. I've done a few races there, not a ton, but they're fun. It's a good track. It's a circle with walls. I guess it'd be like an American Monaco if you want to say that. So I'm looking forward to that.
Be a lot of fun.
Yep.
It'll be a lot of fun. Maybe Darren will actually practice this season, and we can get several guys up front fighting for it. Ian, are we going to have you all next season?
I'm gonna try to help. It's gonna be tight because everyone's. Oh wait, I might actually. If I come home. Yeah, this could work. I don't know what day school starts, so I wouldn't miss the last two. But if we're still doing the drop stuff,
Yeah, there'll be 2 drops, and
Okay.
we're gonna do qualifying a little different. So the qualifying will set the grid for the heat race, and then the heat race will set the grid for the feature race. So there will be
Right.
no inversion, and there's no points for the heat race. So the
Okay.
points are only awarded for the feature. So where you finish in the heat race is really gonna set your destiny for the feature.
All right,
so at the minimum, you're gonna have me first 4. At the max, I think you're gonna have me till Sebring at 6. I don't think I can make Interlagos or Beach.
Okay. So Darren joined me in the booth for most of the night, and Stefan, we also dragged him in a bunch during the race. Did either of you guys have some final comments? Did you want to talk about your races? Stefan won both, kind of, I'd say fairly uneventfully. Darren's race, I think we discussed a lot during the race, but if you guys want to jump in, now's the time.
No, I have nothing else to really add.
Yeah. Good recovery despite your race 1, but
What happened?
yeah, Darren, what happened?
I'm not 100% sure. The rear end came around like a rear-wheel drive car, unlike an all-wheel drive car, and into the wall I went.
Yeah, exiting turn 2, I think it was lap 2 of race 1. Uh,
It was early on.
Yeah.
And I
That's
say if
the
Ian
same
wasn't
thought
out there
I-
passing 78 cars both races, I think Darren would have probably had some sort of award for passing the most cars race 2, because you started in the back and finished third. But Ian passed a lot of cars today.
I tried.
And Stefan, 2 good races. Couldn't get much better.
No, it absolutely couldn't. Tonight was great. I got nothing to complain about.
I think
was
you
hoping to
killed the
close it out.
batteries in Ian's headphones, maybe, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
thanks.
I was hoping to close it out with a strong race. Last race wasn't everything I would hoped it could have been, and I didn't get a chance to do any practice. So my first laps of the track were about 20 minutes before the session. I sat down and tried to figure out how the car drove. And, yeah, all season this car has been a beast, and as Darren found out, it can snap between rear wheel spins and front wheel pushing, and it does all sorts of funny things. And here you go over the start finish line, you crest the hill just after it, and the car gets super loose and the wheel gets light. It's incredibly exciting for a simulator car.
yeah.
So it's been a hoot. I've really enjoyed it. I've never driven anything like it, so that was exciting. And thanks everybody for a great season.
I hope I never drive anything like it.
My goodness.
Well,
Tell us how you really feel,
Things in
Darren.
life.
Talk about brutally honest.
Yeah.
If I had a car to handle like that, I would sell it.
I mean, it must have been pretty handy in its day. Something else.
I bet it's better in real life.
I'm sure it's much better in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it took someone of Hans Stuck's chops and his skill a few races to figure out how to drive the thing. Hurley Haywood was kicking his butt early on.
Yep.
And but once he did figure it out, once he got a few of the tricks in his pocket, he was pretty competitive pretty much everywhere they went with it.
Oh yeah, that's something I remember. I mean, this is a 40-year-old car, and we're not used to driving old stuff like that in the sim. Maybe that Super Formula V, right? That's an older one, right? And our new 79. So,
Yeah.
and we found them. We found the old ones. Next year we'll drive the Cup car, the the Dale Earnhardt Cup cars.
Oh yes, please. Yes, please.
Going with the old theme.
I love that thing.
All right. Well, I think we tied everybody up at home enough. Let's sign off. This was our final race of the Vintage Racer Group. It was a good season. Congratulations to champion Stefan Vappa. I guess you get to keep the trophy a little bit longer.
A little bit longer.
Yeah.
I got to send the acrylic off to get the engraving done. But that's a good thing.
Yeah, and I want to thank the Office Service Company for their sponsorship of the season. Definitely makes everything easier. Got some cool prizes because of those guys, so thank you. And that's it. Anybody got anything they want to add?
Thanks everyone for watching, and for as little as I hear, I hope you enjoyed it.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Steve, for slugging it out in the booth all season. Greatly appreciated and great job.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah, great job. Thank you.
Yep. All right, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.